In today's video, I'm going to share with you my top 6 online business ideas so that you can stop researching around for idea after idea and get moving on building your online business. Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jim Hart and I am a lawyer turned entrepreneur who helps other aspiring entrepreneurs to turn their side hustles into legitimate online businesses that can help you and your family lead happier, healthier, and more fulfilling and extraordinary lives. One of the biggest problems that I ran into when I was first starting my online businesses is that I hopped from idea to idea to idea without ever really working on one idea long enough to gain any traction or determine if it was something that would actually work. Now, coming up with the right business idea is part of Pillar 2 of my OB Foundation's blueprint, in which I go into a lot of detail about how to pick the right target market for your online business. For the longest time, I considered myself what you would call an overwhelmed entrepreneur. I had no idea what I was doing. I was really in over my head to a great extent, and I didn't know what idea was right or which idea to pick or what right even looked like, to be honest. And maybe you can relate to this right now. I was putting in 60 to 70 hour weeks. I was working on multiple businesses at the same time, distracting my focus all over the place, just hoping that one was at some point finally going to take off. Because I knew that if that happened, I would finally be able to put more effort and resources into growing the business once I actually validated the business idea. I knew that I would be able to build a team to help me. I knew that I would finally have that freedom of time, location, and money that we're all looking for as we build our online businesses. And ultimately, I knew that I'd be able to turn that side hustle that I was working on while I was still working full-time as a lawyer into an online business that was going to allow us to really work from anywhere and allow my wife to actually retire from her job. So what I want to do today is I want to share with you the 6 business ideas that are working really well right now in 2022 so that you can start the process of building your own dream business. Now, I'm not really one to talk a lot about the different business ideas that you can get into. I know that a lot of people do these list type videos and they do very well, but some of them can feel kind of scammy, and that's not really what I want to do with today's video. What I want to do with today's video is I want to share with you legitimate business ideas that I think are working. And I did have some criteria for these businesses. So I wasn't going to ask you to do something, number one, that I wouldn't feel comfortable doing. So a lot of people talk about, things like starting an agency. Well, that's a lot of work and that's a lot of effort, and you're going to have a lot of employees. And yes, while that might work for some people, that's not going to work for a lot of people. So I'm not going to give you that as an idea. Also, I want to make sure these businesses are somewhat recession proof, because right now, where we are right now, we're in a world where, obviously there's a war going on in Ukraine, and my prayers just go out to those people. That is, I'm so saddened by what's going on over there, and it's something that we do have to appreciate economically that is happening, because that's going to affect us here in the United States and how people choose to do business. There's inflation that's going on right now, gas prices are going up, all sorts of things are happening. And so I wanted to give you some ideas that would be somewhat recession proof. So if something really bad happens, or if the economy continues to fall into a recession, that these are ideas that you can still work on right now that will put you in a really good position once things start to get better over in Ukraine. And lastly, I really didn't want to give you ideas where you're going to be charging by the hour. Even $25, $50, $100 an hour, that sounds great in theory, but it lends you to the same problem that I had when I was first starting my online business, which is that I didn't want to be tied to the billable hour. I wanted to separate my time from the money I was earning. And so I'm not going to tell you to do things like become a transcriptionist or, edit podcasts, which is another hot topic out there right now, or become a freelance writer or a virtual assistant. Those are all great ideas if you're looking to build a separate business that's going to replace your 9-to-5. But what I'm really trying to do is I want to give you some ideas for businesses that you can build on the side. What you're really doing is, those are not businesses. Those are just jobs that you're doing on the side. I want to give you ideas for businesses that you can grow and build so that you continue to take money that you're continuing to get income from those businesses even when you're not working on those businesses. So basically, my requirements for what the list I'm about to give you today is that you can do this job from anywhere, that you can work all hours of the day or night if you want to on the business, and that you are actually, instead of building a business, instead of building a job, you are building a system that is going to pay you regardless of whether or not you're working in that business on any given day. The first idea I have for you is going to sound like this is something where you're trading your time for money, but you're not really. And that's selling your personal belongings online. Now, the reason why this is such at the top of my mind right now is that as I sit here in my house, we're getting ready to move to Portugal this summer. And as such, my wife is going nuts on the weekends unpacking things from old boxes that we have so that we can list those things on Facebook Marketplace, on Craigslist, on eBay, and start selling those belongings or donating those belongings. This is something where it might take you a lot of time. You might spend a whole day doing a bunch of work, getting a bunch of things on Facebook Marketplace or eBay or wherever, but those items are going to be sitting there, and over the next several weeks, you can start to sell those things. And the way we do it is my wife literally puts a post on, and when somebody wants to buy something, she literally puts it on our front porch, which I kind of wonder if that's safe or not, but that's what she does. She leaves the item on the front porch and tells the person to either leave cash under the mat or Venmos her the money. And regardless of what she's doing, it's working, so there's no need to pack up anything and take it to the post office. There's no need to go meet somebody at the Craigslist drop-off location at the police department. There's no need to do anything like that. And we've actually made quite a bit of money selling our personal belongings. So that's one way if you're trying to do that with your side hustle. Now, if you've gotten good enough at that, you could eventually get other people to give you their personal belongings, and you could sell it on consignment, which means you list the things for them, and if anything sells, you take a percentage of the sale. So that is something that you could do eventually. But this one I'm just really throwing out there, not necessarily because it's a legitimate business idea, but because it's something that if you're looking to earn some quick cash and also maybe clean out your house at the same time, this is a good idea. Now, the second idea that I came across during my research, and I've actually noticed this more and more as I have been doing things online, that is to create what's called a monetized newsletter. There's really two ways to do this. The first way to do this is you actually are getting people to sign up for your newsletter, and you're providing some sort of value to them in exchange. So you might be providing them with resources or tutorials or trainings or other things that you can email them, once a week or once a month or however often you decide to do it, and they're going to pay you a monthly subscription to get on your newsletter. So that's the one way to do it. The other way to do that is as with affiliate sales. So just like people will build up a YouTube channel and then they will have affiliate links in the description, you can do this with a newsletter. So you can get people onto a newsletter, and then if you want to share with them helpful tips and advice and things that you're doing, then this is something that you can do. And actually, this is something that I'm doing right now. I have a personal blog with a newsletter attached to it, and basically what I do is each week I post kind of the things I'm working on, what I've learned during the week, and then helpful tips and apps and books and podcasts and different things like that I'm reading, and there are some affiliate links mixed in. There are several ways that you can do this. You can set up a website at Ghost, and I'll include links to all this down in the description below, but you can set up a website at Ghost. This is very inexpensive, and the nice thing about Ghost is they will actually allow you to set up a payment page. So if somebody wants to subscribe to your newsletter, they can pay you through Ghost. It's connected to your Stripe account or PayPal or whatever, and that way people can start paying you monthly subscriptions to get on your newsletter through Ghost, and then you can post blog articles or regular articles or just send out a newsletter, and people can pay you for that on a monthly basis. So another way to do this is through a service like Substack. Now, Substack is a free resource. You can use it as a blog, but you can also use it to create a paid newsletter. So that is another option available. Ghost is more of a dedicated website that you do have to pay a monthly subscription for. Substack is free, or you could sign up for ConvertKit. You can get your first 1,000 subscribers on ConvertKit for free, and ConvertKit also offers an option option to allow people to sign up to your newsletter as a paid subscriber. Now, the other way to do this is you could just sign up for a regular ConvertKit account and you could get people on your newsletter list. And like I said, you don't have to charge them, but you could start creating really good content, and then you could include affiliate links in the newsletter itself that you can get paid on the back end. Now, some of the benefits and drawbacks of this strategy. The main drawback is this is something that's going to take a long time to set up. Unless you have an existing following online that you can get onto your paid newsletter. This is something where if you're starting from zero, it's going to take you a long time to get subscribers to your email list. Also, there's going to be some hesitancy for people to actually pay for that. Although there are people that do pay for it. I can think of one email subscription in particular that I do pay for. It's got some pretty high quality articles that I receive from that. And so it is possible to do this, and you don't have to charge very much. You could charge, $5-10 a month for people to get on your newsletter. Although at that point it's a scale game, so you really have to get a significant number of people onto that newsletter to make it worth your while to continue publishing it. You could do it for free, and you could just kind of start to build your audience, which is another strategy that I would recommend. The benefit of doing it this way is this is kind of a long game. So you start publishing your newsletter and you get it out there, and enough people start sharing it around, and eventually you can build a substantial following if you're producing good quality, valuable content. Feeling a little parched. No coffee today, tea. In fact, we're out of coffee, so I'm drinking like chamomile tea. You think that's gonna put me to sleep? All right, the third idea I have for you today is coaching. And now we're starting to get into where you can actually start to make some legitimate money that could actually start to replace your 9-to-5 job. Now, the demand for coaches right now is huge. And you can coach in a lot of different areas. It could be in fitness, it could be in business, it could be in diet, it could be, financial coaching. There's lots of different ways that people can get involved as a coach. Life coaches are out there as well. And so this is something where, you just need to get people to know that that's something you're offering. So you probably want to build a website, but that's something you could do. The benefits and the drawbacks of coaching are that it's going to be a recurring income. So you only need to have a couple clients, and you're starting to make a pretty substantial amount of money. So there is a high income potential for this. You need, in terms of drawbacks, you need to know how to be a coach. So you need to have a skill. It's something that somebody is going to pay you to coach them on. So essentially in this situation, you just need to know more than the people you're coaching, and so you can help them move through that. I highly recommend, there's a book called The Coaching Habit by Michael Stanier, and he kind of walks you through, how to be an effective coach. And so you're gonna need to learn how to be a coach. It's not as scalable. I talked about before, you don't want to be trading your time for money. The nice thing about coaching is that although you are somewhat trading your time for money, it's predictable. So you know exactly how much money you're going to make, and your schedule is going to be pretty flexible. So if you need to take vacation and you told your coaching clients, well, I can't coach this week, that's something you're going to be able to do. You're still going to make the same amount of money that month from your coaching clients. The big benefit to doing coaching is that it's something that could be a gateway towards a group coaching program, which is highly scalable and highly lucrative. If you get enough one-on-one coaching clients, eventually you could scale that into a group coaching program where you only have to be on the call with people, once a week, potentially, and you can provide a lot of value through that type of program. Now, a resource I'm going to give you for coaching is Kajabi. Kajabi is an online course platform that I use, and so basically what you can do through Kajabi is you can create an offer for a coaching package, and then you can have your clients scheduled directly through your website on Kajabi. They have their own client portal that they can log into. You can have different agendas scheduled for each meeting. You can create notes for each meeting so you know exactly what's going on and where your client is at. And it's a really nice way to keep your entire program organized, and you can see what clients you have and kind of keep track of your finances as well through the program. So I highly recommend you check out Kajabi. Again, I'll include a link down below to that resource. Which leads us to the fourth strategy for building a business in 2022, and that is as an online course creator. This is where you're going to be teaching something you already know. This is one of my favorite strategies. This is something, building online courses is something that I've been doing pretty much since I started my online business journey. This is where you're teaching something that you're incredibly passionate about to other people that are willing to pay you for that knowledge. And what you can do here is you can create a course online, and then that course just sits there and people can purchase that course. You can actually create that course on a platform like an Udemy or a Skillshare. They have built-in customers that are looking for courses in certain areas, and so you can go through those platforms and look to see what courses people are looking for, what courses are selling well. And if it's a course that matches up with one of your skill sets, then you can create a course there and you can list it for sale directly on that platform. And since they already have clients that are coming to that platform, then you're going to get paid whenever somebody decides to take your course. Alternatively, you could create your own course on a platform like a Kajabi. Now, you need to be aware, if you put a course on an Udemy or a Skillshare or some other platform like that, there may be restrictions on what you're able to do with that course. But you could build your own course on Kajabi. The difference there being that although you own the course platform and you're going to be able to get paid quite a bit more for each sale, you have to find your own customers for that platform. So that can be a little bit tricky for people. And when you're just getting started, sometimes people like to put their course on another platform where even though they're not going to be paid as much, they're going to get a lot of exposure and a lot of people are going to find them because of the customers that are already on that platform. Now, in terms of benefits and drawbacks, the nice benefit to creating a course is that this is the ultimate business, right? You're going to get paid while you sleep. Somebody can buy your, it's funny, I was just looking at my phone right now and I literally just got a message that somebody purchased one of my programs. So that's the nice thing about building a course online, is that you literally can get paid as long as the course is listed online. The drawback is, like I said, if you're not on an Udemy or a Skillshare, you need to bring in your own customers to that platform, which, if you don't have a built-in audience, that could be hard to do, or you're gonna have to pay for ads. But the nice thing about this is your income potential is really unlimited to the number of courses you can create and the number of customers you can get to your course. Now, the fifth option available for you is to create a membership program. There's lots of different ways to deliver a membership, and you don't necessarily have to have a course platform like a Kajabi, although Kajabi also does offer membership options for that. Basically, you could use a Facebook group and have that be the delivery mechanism for your membership. You can do a membership around community, you can do a membership around monthly coaching, as I already talked about, a group coaching program. You can do it around information or trainings or PDFs. This is just where you're basically taking what might have been a monetized newsletter, and you're scaling it up to a larger program where people are going to pay you, $50 to $100 a month to be a part of your membership program in exchange for you providing valuable content to them on a regular basis. And so what I typically recommend that people do when they're starting a membership is, again, you teach what you know, and as long as you know a little bit more than the people that are joining your membership, or you're providing some sort of valuable community to them or training, then that's all you really need to know to get started. The benefits to a membership program are that once somebody signs up, they're going to pay you monthly for that program until they either cancel or decide they don't want to be part of your program anymore. That doesn't make any sense. The drawback is that it can take some time, again, just like the monthly newsletter, it can take some time to get the members in to where you're making enough money that it's actually real money at some point. Especially, $50 a month, you don't need that many members to make a legitimate living at $50 a month. 100 members and you're at $5,000 a month in monthly recurring revenue, and that's a livable wage for most people in this country. The next idea I have for you is YouTube, and I would be remiss if I didn't throw YouTube out there as a business idea. YouTube has just been a wonderful platform for me over the years. It's done so much for me. It's done so much for my business. It can lead to brand deals. It can lead to AdSense revenue. It can lead to affiliate income. It can lead to course sales with your business. It can lead you to more exposure in other ways. Now, some of the benefits and drawbacks of YouTube, obviously there's going to be a steep learning curve. But the nice thing about YouTube is you can use your phone. You can start recording videos right now, post a video in 5 minutes, and you just post one video a week, 2 videos a week. Over time you're going to get better. You're going to learn more about what you're doing. You're going to get better at recording videos. You have to be good on camera. You have to be willing to be on camera. A lot of people are not. And You know, you're gonna get better at editing, you're gonna hone in on what your topics are gonna be for your channel, you're gonna figure out what people like and figure out what people don't like. And so it's just one of those things where, you know, you start today, in 6 months, your channel can be doing quite well. It can happen faster than that for some people. But one of the drawbacks is it can take a while to build an audience on YouTube. You know, how much effort are you gonna put into the channel? I'm hoping that today gave you a sense of some of the amazing possibilities that are out there to build and grow an online business. If you'd like to learn more about some of my favorite online business models, check out this video right here and how you can get started. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.